Welcome in, everyone. Hopefully you're all having a wonderful day so far. I know I am, for the most part. That and the fact it's my day off, so I'm able to stream so early. But we have to get into this. Last we were here, we were on the trial for Maya, and we're trying to prove her innocence because ghost murder. But there is more things to it than that's actually known. So we're gonna jump into it, shall we? Right. Cool. Play the game. No. It's continue. Yep. Part 4-1 trial. Gosh. June 22nd, 9:51 a.m. District Court, Defendant Lobby number 3. Nick? Yeah? Did you know that Von Karma's daughter is only 18, just like me? Yeah, why? I was just thinking about how strong she is. I mean, she's been in Germany all this time, all by herself, and she's so grown up. Yeah, I'm sure she felt a lot of pressure from her father's reputation, because for those who don't remember, Von Karma was a demon in the courtroom. And then when you look at me, and well, I'm the daughter of the master, but I'm still just a little girl. And on top of that, I'm the suspect in a murder trial. But I think you're really strong too, Maya, for all you've gone through. Good morning. You two look like you're doing really well today. I'm happy for you. Hey, morning, Pearly. You'll be safe today, Mystic Maya. Huh? What do you mean? My mother is coming today to show her support. Yeah, that's right, Pearly. Hey, Pearls. Yes, Mr. Nick? Do you think you could do me a big favor? Could you channel Mia today too? Huh? I was sort of hoping to sit in for the audience today and watch. Please, it's very important to me. I don't feel confident enough without her help. Mr. Nick, that's enough. You can't show weakness in front of the person you love. Oh, God. Pearly, not this again. Please, can you do this for us, Pearls? All right, I'll do it. I'll do it for Mystic Maya's sake. See you later, then. I'll leave you to your alone time. Phew. Thank goodness. Nick? This way, Pearls won't be able to see today's trial. What do you mean? What's going on? June 22nd, 10 a.m., District Court, room number 2. Court is now in session for the trial of Maya Fey. The defense is... the defense is ready, Your Honor. Let us start already. Mr. Phoenix Wright, I look forward to tonight's news with great enjoyment. The image of your defeated face will be transmitted all over the world. All over the world, huh? Sounds like you've made quite the name for yourself, Phoenix. Don't be foolish, you foolish fool wearing the foolishly foolish clothes. The famous one is me. I'm the prodigy who has never lost a case since being a prosecutor 5 years ago. Dude. Naturally, the world's eyes are on me as I conduct my first trial in this country. That's nice, Miss Von Karma. Glad to see you're in such a good spirits today, Miss Fey. It's true what they say. Women are really scary when they fight. Now then, a very interesting theory was presented to me during yesterday's session. That the defendant could have left the channeling chamber, correct? Yes. And this key is the proof of that. This key, the only key to the channeling chamber, was not where it should have been. Your Honor, I would like to say one thing before we begin. All right, let us hear it. The prosecution has determined from the time of the murder to the time of the arrest. The defendant did indeed leave the room at one point. What? Miss Von Karma! Oh my. Then, how do we explain this picture? Are you saying, then, that the person in this picture is not the defendant? Spiritually speaking. I never said that wasn't the defendant. Then, what is the meaning of this? All I am saying is that Maya Fey, after killing the victim, exited the room. And I believe this is when she dropped this key. Can you sustain your claim? Isn't that what I'm here for? The prosecution would like to call the defendant's aunt, Morgan Fey, to the stand. Oh shit. Calling the Thea over as the witness. Just as I suspected, Aunt Morgan, or Mia, she seems really torn by this. Witness, name, and occupation. My name is Morgan Fey. I am the spirit medium, in a manner of speaking. I'm sorry, but what do you mean, in a manner of speaking? Oh my. I don't think anyone really cares. Oh, damn. After the murder took place, you kept watch over the defendant, correct? Yes, that is correct. I performed the spiritual severing technique on Mystic Maya then. Spiritual severing technique? A technique to remove a spirit from a body and send it back to the other world. That is. Yes, that is. Oh my. She's like, keeps on whipping him. You be quiet. Now, witness. Something happened while you were performing this technique, correct? Yes, that is correct. What in the world could have been? I gotta move the garland up just a little bit. I'm noticing it's like kind of in the way of everything. Mystic Maya, she escaped from the room. What do you mean? What? 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 Bro, what the fuck? And here we come to the heart of the matter. Maya Fey, while in a possessed state, managed to escape from the channeling chamber. Order, order, order. How would she escape, though? That's the thing. I mean, if she's in the, I guess if the spirit's still in her body, then she can up and run. Miss Fey, please testify to the court what had happened during this time. Your Honor, I will try my best. I think someone just upped the ante on this trial. I'm trying to come up with voices. There's so many different women. I guess they're women that hold themselves to high regard, so that's why it's like very professional and the way I'm speaking for them. After we heard the gunshots, those two broke the door and opened the channeling chamber. I requested that Mr. Wright and the other lady please contact the police. A pistol was hanging from Mystic Maya's hand when she was in a daze. Then, quite suddenly, she thrust it away from herself and escaped the room. With great strength, she hit the base of my neck and I fainted for a short while. I am afraid I have no knowledge of where she went after that. I think it's weird because she said that she was able to do the severing technique pretty well. I don't trust. Why have you hidden this until now? Exactly. I did not wish to cause more trouble for Mystic Maya, bitch. However, I must correct falsalities while they arise. Or falsities. That's right. She simply corrected a falsity? A falsity, Mr. Phoenix, right? Why is she making it a point to take a stab at me? Never mind. Mr. Wright, your cross-examination, please. My aunt is very smart and a sly person. It's going to be hard for us to find a crack in her testimony. I'm going to do a cross-examination every single one, because one, I don't have enough, probably, to get her. Yeah, I'm at full bars right now. Y'all can't see it, but... You know what? Actually, I might move the garland down here. There we go. So then y'all can see what's going on up top. I guess there's more room up there. That's why. After we heard the gunshots, those two broke the door and opened and entered the chamber. Let me press her. Just now, you said those two. Who were the two people you were referring to? I was referring to that foreign lady and yourself, good sir. Lana's not a foreigner, despite how she talks. Oh, is that so? I'm sorry. I simply could not understand her atrocious English, not to mention she looked awful. Bitch. I can already see people in Heartland gearing up for the riot. In any case, I have already sent the repair bill to your office, Mr. Wright. Oh god. Oh yeah, thanks. What did you do after that, Miss Faye? She did. But I'm still gonna question her. Was it really necessary to have two people do something so simple as to call the police? If there was a possibility of escape, then one of us should have stayed behind. Yes, that is quite a good point. At the time, I myself was a little confused. On top of which, there was not another. Another what, madam? Oh, it's nothing. You not need your concern yourself. I want to hear the end of that sentence. I'm going to question further. There was another reason you wanted both of us out of there, wasn't there? You must testify. Why did you chase us out of the room? I simply did not wish for there to be more victims. I remember she said for us to leave or else there'll be more victims. And I even clipped this and I have this posted on my channels. The lives of both the good sir and the camera woman may be in danger, is what I thought to myself. Well, it was very noble of you, Miss Faye. This is bad. Now people have a good impression of her and a bad one of us. Looks like she caught us napping. That's my aunt for you. Are you satisfied, Mr. Wright? Miss Faye, please continue. A pistol was hanging from Mystic Maya's hand when she was in a daze. Let me press her. During our investigation, you stated that you were struck in the head of the... Oh my god. You were struck in the back of the head by the defendant, and this strike caused Maya to lose consciousness. Do you stand by this statement? I'm afraid I don't. The statement I gave you was a lie. But why would you lie about something like that? It is very painful for me to say this, however. Objection! The witness was lying to cover for the defendant. She was covering for Maya? Question further. So, you were covering for the defendant? Well, yes, it was only later when I was informed of what had occurred. That the renegade Mystic Maya had done something very unexpected. Something unexpected? What, pray tell, did she? Oh. This witness didn't and couldn't have seen what happened. If you want to know what this unexpected thing happened, there is always later. Yes, very well. Girl, let's hear the story. Ugh, why does it suddenly feel like there's a rock in the pit of my stomach? Now, witness, could please continue what happened? Quite suddenly, she thrusted away from me and from herself and escaped the room. With great strength, she hit the base of my neck and I fainted for a short while. Let me actually go back over here and I want to question her. Was it really that easy for her to escape from you? I'm ashamed to admit such a thing, however, yes. But you were physically larger and stronger than the defendant. There is no way you could have escaped, or she could have escaped so easily from you. Have you forgotten already, Mr. Phoenix Wright? What about this picture? Remember, at the time, the defendant was not physically Maya Fey. Fair enough. Ugh. Growing old is such a mysterious thing. Trust me, I know it firsthand. Basically, Mystic Maya's body was still that of a nurse she had called. But if she had ran away, wouldn't you have given chase after her? Well, yes, I would have. However, with great strength, she hit me in the base of my neck and I fainted for a short while. You fainted? I became dizzy and then collapsed onto the floor. How long were you unconscious? I'm not sure. About 10 minutes, perhaps. And the defendant almost certainly went somewhere in that time. Happy, witness, elaborate on that point for us. I'm afraid I have no knowledge where she had went after that. And it sucks because we weren't in the room at the time when we had left. Oh, buddy. Oh, stretching. Is that because you were unconscious? Why, yes. Great. Well, now what? Let me question further. So while you were unconscious, you were absolutely no idea where the defendant went. I would think that's obvious, good sir. If that's true, then how could you have known for sure the defendant left the channeling chamber at all? Now that you mention it, I have wondered that myself. That's true. How could she have like wondered if she had like ran off? It's true that the witness is not able to confirm this, but the key word is this witness. What do you mean by that? It means she has another witness up her sleeve, that's why. It looks like Miss Von Karma is ready to move on to her next witness. That's enough. From what I can tell, there was nothing wrong with this witness's testimony. And from what she has said, we could establish that Maya Fey did not leave the chamber, or did leave the chamber. I hope this isn't going to come back to bite us in the butt. Fair. Now let's take the next logical step and ask, where did the defendant go after leaving the channeling chamber? Yes. That is exactly what oh! Be quiet, you. Now then, what did the escapee had done was she had gone to speak with a certain person. Oh, her sister. She had went to speak with someone else? Who was it? It was her sister. The prosecution calls Miss Eenie Meenie, who was sleeping in the side room at the time. Eenie Meenie? I think we can see where this is headed. Witness, name and occupation. Okay. So my name is like Eenie Meenie, and I'm like researching like parapsychology stuff at the time at the university. What is parapsychology? So hers is easier to do for like a name change. Let's see. It's like, I guess most people call it an occult stuff. Even if that is what most people call it, I can't say I understand what that means. Then I suggest you go home and research it yourself. Yes, sir. Now then, Miss Meanie, after the murder took place, you spoke with the defendant, Maya Fey. Is that correct? Well, like, I guess. If that's the case, then let's hear your testimony. What? That is all. Oh my gosh. That is all right, isn't it, Your Honor? Yes, sir. For the love of things good, Your Honor, have some spine for my sake. Honestly, we're all. After the murder. Like, with the when the channeling started, I was like sleeping in the side room, and like a little later, someone came into the room, and like really suddenly, it was like oh my god, totally my sister. I like hadn't seen her in like so long. I was so happy in like a sad way. My sister, she like told me something like totally terrible. Now hold your horses, young lady. You're saying the person that entered your room was your sister? Do you mean the defendant, Maya Fey? Really now, Your Honor? Maya Fey was still in the middle of channeling at that time. Are you saying that the spirit was the spirit of this witness's sister? Oh my god, I stumbled over my words hard. Yes, Mini Miney. She was a nurse at Dr. Gray's clinic. Well, this is witness. Like, yeah. In your testimony, you mentioned a terrible thing. Why don't you tell the court what the terrible thing was? I'm sure we'd love to hear about it. Like, do I really have to say it? Of course. Miss Meanie, please. My sister was like, what she like said to me. That was no accident. I was drugged with sleeping pills. I was murdered by that person. That's why I took my revenge. It's only fair it wasn't. Isn't it, Eenie? She took her revenge. Are you sure that's what she said? Yes. There you are, satisfied, Your Honor. I still can't believe it. I can't believe that a spirit would go as far as to use a medium to get revenge. I don't know. If you know about paranormal activity shit, they've done it for worse, for like littler things, and haven't been able to take over a body, depending on the case. Is it a bit hard to swallow? Dang. However, all that evidence and testimonies point to this as the truth. Ta-da! The end. What do you think, Mr. Wright? It certainly seems like all those loose ends are accounted for. This testimony just now, was it all made up? Was it one huge lie? Of course it was, Phoenix. Mia! What do you mean? It's well constructed, but that's all it is. But even the most well-spun lies can be undone. We can do it, Phoenix. Let's find the one loose thread and unwind this tapestry of lies. Your Honor, there is room for doubt, so the defense will cross-examine the witness. We believe that our cross-examination will reveal the real truth behind this murder. Yet again, a foolish fool spouts out more foolishly foolishable dabbles. I wonder if you'll make one more entertaining than the last. Like, when the channeling started, I was like sleeping in the side room. So let me actually press her on this. What was that, because of your sesame allergy, was it? Like, that's right. I like think that there was sesame seeds like in the lunch that they served that day. I had like this premonition that it was like going to be totally a seedy day. Yes, indeed. I see. And am I the only person who missed the boat there? Anyways, so you were talking, or you were taking a nap. Did something happen while you were sleeping? Like a little later, someone came into my room, like really suddenly. Do you know at the time? Like maybe a little before 11 a.m. Something I like that, I think. 11 a.m. Yeah, like my stomach is totally ready for like food. No, I think you misunderstood me. I'm not asking what time it is now. I meant, what time was it when the someone came into your room? Ah, so like, that's what you meant. Like, you should have been more clear. Oh, sorry. My bad. Honestly, though, same. Kinda hungry. No, it's like, really okay. No, it's okay. Like, really. It's really okay. That's it? Why'd you stop mid-sentence? Did I? So, like, what was I talking about again? Never mind. Witness, about this person who entered the side room. It was like, oh my god, totally my sister. Are you absolutely sure? I guess. What do you mean, I guess? You guess? Was it not your sister who entered? Like, I don't know. I mean, like, I totally don't know your sister at all, Mr. Smith. First off, my name is not Mr. Smith. Second, I'm not only a child. I'm an only child. More than that, she managed to mess up the question with her answer. Well, Mr. Wright, the defense rests. Well, that was a colossal waste of your time. Now then, witness, how do you feel when you saw Miss Meanie Miney? I had like seen her in like so long. I was like so happy in like a sad way. Okay. We're gonna press her here. You were happy in a sad way? Yeah, like, I mean, it's my sister. But wouldn't most people react with like surprise at seeing their, oh my gosh, words. But wouldn't most people react here with surprise at seeing their dead loved one alive once more? But like maybe it was like someone who didn't know about like the occult. But I like know all about the current channeling technique. The point here is that the witness immediately recognized it was her sister. Yeah, like what she said. Should I drop it? No, we're gonna question further. So you really didn't think anything strange of the Yule encounter? Nah, like there wasn't any reason for me to like think it was strange. But don't keep badgering her. You know that phrase objection could you could try using it once in a while. Mr. Wright. This questioning of what the witness felt when she saw her sister is it really important? It's very important. It is very important, although I haven't quite figured it out yet, but I can't quite bluff. Oh, but I've got to bluff for now to make sure, like it's seem what I'm talking about. All right, Mr. Wright. Miss Meanie, please amend your testimony. Like, okay, I'm like totally cool with that. No, we're going back. I wasn't like scared at all. And like her costume looked totally normal. Lies. All lies. All lies. Objection! That was a very well spun lie, Miss Eni. What are you babbling about this time, Mr. Phoenix Wright? It's a well-constructed, but that's all it is. Stealing my lines now. Are we, Mr. Phoenix? Miss Meanie, may I remind you of what you said? You said that there was nothing strange about your sister's appearance? Like, yeah, but I don't think that's what you were thinking at all. Take a look at this photo. She's covered in fucking blood, dude. This is the picture of your sister that you met. I would think that even you would be surprised if someone appeared before you like this. The blood spray. Yeah, bitch, we fucking got you. Get caught in your lies. Woo! Miss Meanie. What? Why did you not include the blood you saw in your testimony? If you were really testifying and not lying, you would have noted it right off the bat. Order, order, order! Miss Meanie, what is the meaning of this? Miss Meanie? I'm thinking. Don't interrupt me. What? What are you stammering about, Your Honor? Well, that witness, her personality did a complete 180 there. Lots of people do that when they get on the stand, though. First of all, calm yourself down, witness. Like, I'm sorry. I, like, didn't mean to snap. Now, hurry with your testimony. If you please. The judge still looks really shaken up. A lot of help he's going to be. After the murder, part 2. Like, the side room was, like, kind of dark, you know? Girl. So, like, the costume is, like, purple, right? The blood totally blended with it. No, the side room is well, like, there's so much light coming through the doors because they're totally facing where the light from, like, the sun and stuff, dude. Oh, now I'm starting to speak like her. I think it's kind of funny. And I, like, persuaded my sister it wasn't, like, right to do something like that. And then, like, I totally took my sister to the channeling chamber. I see. Well, now you have given us a clear reason for why you didn't notice the blood. You think? Like, thanks to Gramps. Are you satisfied, Mr. Wright? All right. I guess not. Very well. You may question the witness. Cross-examination. Let me get some water. Like, the side room was like a totally dark, you know? Really? Because I thought it was pretty bright on the inside of the room. Fucking told you. Objection! Don't push your subjective opinions on to this court. Like, that's right. Excuse me, but how is my statement any more subjective than Miss Meanie's? You were such a hopeless cause. Witness, you may feel free to ignore this trite little man. Oh. Like, okay. Ugh, can't breathe. Let me out of here. So, like, the costume is, like, purple, right? The blood totally blended right in there. You didn't see the blood? Like, yeah. But she must have had the gun with her at the time as well. That, are you going to tell me that you didn't notice a gun either? I, like, totally didn't at all. I was, like, looking at, like, her face. Continue. And, like, I persuaded my sister it wasn't, like, the right thing to do something like that. I'm pretty sure. And what was your sister, Miss Mimi Miney, like at the time? Wow, she was like totally flipped out because she like just shot Mr. Gray. Hold on. But I think like she knew, she like said she did something really bad. And like she said she wanted to go with me to like apologize to Miss Morgan. Didn't Mimi's spirit really say all that to you? Like, yeah. And then, like, I totally took her back, and then, like, I totally took my sister to the channeling chamber. I don't know. Impressor. Was your sister calm by that time? Like, I guess so. I guess maybe, like, she took her revenge on Dr. Gray, like, made her feel a lot better. I feel like I'd like to feel a lot better too, Mr. Phoenix, right? The sooner, the better. She says that with her whip at the ready. And like, Miss Morgan was the only one in the channeling chamber, you know? May I ask you one more thing, Miss Meanie? Like, sure. Was there anything you found strange or unusual or just out of place? Something out of place? Huh, what do you mean? Like, when you were going to the crime scene. I'm talking about when you were going to the oh yeah, because Pearly broke the Pearly broke the vase during that whole thing. Holy crap. I'm talking about when you were going to the channeling chamber, of course. Like, no, nothing strange at all. She answered rather quickly, like, pressing harder. Think harder. I know you can remember something. I like a title like that. That's not good enough. You have to explain yourself clearly to this court. Do you really think, Mr. Wright, that whether or not that there was something odd on the way to the channeling chamber is all that important? It's very important. I ask because it is very important. Not that I know where I'm going with this. Very well. Miss Meanie, if you will, please include a statement about this in your testimony. Like, I don't get why, but okay. I, like, didn't see anyone on the way to, like, the channeling chamber. Bam. Bingo. That's where we go. Presenting the little one. Let me go to the profiles really quickly. You say that you didn't see anyone on the way to the channeling chamber? However, that is impossible. Like, what do you mean? I'd like to introduce someone to you. This is Miss Morgan Fay's daughter, Pearl Fay. That's why he had Mia become, or go into like, I guess that's why she had Pearl, that's why he had Pearl channeling Mia over into like her body and stuff. So then technically Pearl wasn't, so Pearl's not there and stuff. So then she does, so her mom doesn't like call her out or something. Oh my God. This is, because he said you keep it a secret. This is Miss Morgan Fay's daughter, Pearl Fay. Interesting. You have a semi-intelligent look on your face. So, what about this child? It just so happens that all that time of the murder, Pearl was playing in the center garden. The garden? Yep. Which means anyone walking through the area would have seen her. So, Miss Meanie, what do you have to say to that? Oh my. No, like no. As the court can see, she's a bit of an airhead. Also, she was leading her sister at the time. Do you honestly think she would have noticed a simple child playing? Preposterous. No, you would have heard, and you could have obviously looked over. Humans are known to do that. Objection! It's not preposterous, and I can prove it. What sort of foolish? There's no way someone walking along the winding path could not have noticed Pearl. It's because of the urn. This urn is my proof. An old cracked clay pot? What is that going to prove? Do you know why it's cracked? It's because Pearl broke it. That's why. She broke the urn? Oh! Why do I feel like you're about to ruin my beautiful day? Because Von Karma gets schooled. This urn was broken around the time of the channeling started. And Pearl was the one who put it back together. While sitting right in the middle of the winding way. I think it's called the winding way, but I keep on calling it the winding way. I can't yell too loud or else like y'all can't hear me peek. Oh, she's wearing a long dress. Miss Meanie. Pearl was there in the middle of the winding way at the time. She was hard at work putting the pieces of the urn back together, you see. If you couldn't see that while you were walking, I'd like to declare you're legally blind. Grr. I think I have sufficiently proven one thing, Miss Meanie. You are a masterful liar. Arr, no. Mr. Wright, you need to watch what you say. The one who needs to watch what she says is the witness. Miss Meanie, tell us the truth. About what? About what? About where you were at the time of the murder, of course. The witness just testified about that. That's right. I was like sleeping in the side room. Can I really believe her? Was she really sleeping in the side room? No, there is no way. Your lies end here. What do you mean? The witness says that during the actual murder, she was asleep in the side room. And I say that's not possible because there is clearly a contradiction here. A contradiction? Where is the contradiction? It's the... no. It's a clothing box, isn't it? Yeah, it's in her testimony right now. It's in the evidence. The answer is in the court record. Yeah, because she was sleeping. Oh my god. Yeah, because the fucking clothing box. What? Planning to throw out another irrelevant piece of evidence? Very well, the court will see this evidence. Wait, Mia, I don't know where you plan on showing to the court, but I can guarantee your answer is not there. Just this once, I'll lend you a hand. Now, rethink your answer. All right. Mr. Wright, what is your answer? Ugh, okay, what? Time to add another bluff to the pile. The witness says that during the actual murder, she was sleeping in the side room, but I'd like to say it's not possible because there is clearly a contradiction here. A contradiction? It's in her testimony just now. Help me out, Mia. Have I overreacted on this one? This is where we're really don't worry. You're on the right path, Phoenix. It might be a little hard for you to see the contradiction here, but it's there. So, just this once. No, I think I can do it. Ha, that's the spirit. Give it another try. Mr. Wright, what's your answer? Contradiction. Yes, it's in her testimony. Earlier in her testimony, Miss Meanie, you made the following statement. Like Miss Morgan was the only person in the channeling chamber, you know? It's true that at the time, both myself and Miss Hart were not there. We had gone to call the police. Sarah? Oh my God. Like, what do you mean, like, have to do with anything? It's very simple. Miss Meanie, how did you know that fact? How? I conceded that Miss Faye was the only person in the channeling chamber. However, someone was asleep in the side room could not have known that. Which means, Miss Meanie, how you did in fact go to the channeling chamber. But you didn't go there by the way of the winding way. Gar. But look at the manner of the guide map. If one were to go between the side room and the channeling chamber, who would, oh my gosh, one would have to use the winding way. Yes, that's the way. That's right, Your Honor, which is why I asked this very important question. Where was the witness at the time of the murder? Miss Meanie, please answer the question. Don't ask a question off the baseless assumption, if you please. Well, I suppose since you've put it on the table, Mr. Phoenix, right? You might as well answer the question for us. What was the witness at the time of the murder? Now's your chance, Phoenix. Yeah, the only person who could have killed Dr. Gray was Eenie Meenie. Ooh. So, now it's the time to prove it. Now then, Mr. Wright. Oh, I'm gonna lose a point. Let's hear your answer. Oh my gosh, where was the witness at the time? So she would have to be, let me see, let me actually present. No. Phoenix. Oh, yeah. You too. You keep disrupting the court. Look at the trial. I was trying to present. Yes, Your Honor. Damn it. Now then, Mr. Wright, let's hear your answer. Oh my God. She was inside the channeling chamber. Miss Meanie was here, of course. What? But that's the channeling chamber. Isn't that the crime scene? Yeah. That's right. And that's why the clothing box is gonna come into effect right now in a little bit. That's why I was like earlier, like, oh my God, it is totally the box, because there's a fucking bullet hole in there. Oh my. Mr. Phoenix Wright, have you lost your mind? Yesterday's testimony established that. Only the victim and the defendant were there in the chamber when the channeling started. Yes, that's correct. Please explain yourself, Mr. Wright. Simple. Miss Eenie Meenie was hiding at the scene of the crime. I was hiding? Where? Where was I hiding? She was hiding behind, like, the fucking over here. Yeah, because he got shot over here somewhere. So he was, like, hiding, like, over here. Oh. Come on, man. Why did you click? Damn it. Here, of course, but behind the folding screen? Oh, don't make me say this again. Recall yesterday's testimony. There ain't no way anyone was hiding out there behind the folding screen. See, you stupid jerk. Oh my god. Quit being so quick to pin it on me, slime ball. Now, Miss Meanie. One so young, you shouldn't be saying. Shut it, Gramps. As if you know anything exactly of how old I am. I'm sorry. Looks like the pipe's about to burst. Guess I should help it along. Oh, look at her face is totally different now. So she was hiding. Yeah, let me present the box. Miss Meanie, how were you able to hide yourself at the scene? It's so simple. Oh, ad start in about 3 minutes. You were hiding inside this box. Arr, that's the tiny little box. No person could like fit in that. Sorry, but your theory was already been disproven. Lada disproved it when you were hiding, when she was hiding from me in it. Objection. But the clothing box was in the side room, right? Which, oh my. Which means it has nothing to do with the murder at all. That was right. I was sleeping there, so I should have known that the clothing in the box there, that clothing box was there in the side room that whole time. Mr. Wright, do you really think you can prove the clothing box was there? Yes, I can. Yes, I can with some evidence. Now, I present you with a piece of evidence and I will prove. It's at the scene of the crime. It's the fucking bullet hole. It's a bullet hole. It's a bullet hole. But the folding screen also has a bullet hole. Take a look at this clothing box. You're so stupid. As if anyone would any sort of evidence in that whole thing. But this what on earth? Oh, I don't have time for you to hurry and sit down and be surprised and hurry to say it already. There's a hole 8 inches off the ground. A hole about 8 inches off the ground. Where have we heard that before? The folding screen. Exactly. It had the hole at the exact same height. Bitch, you got found. You got found out. That's right. I hope that this has opened your eyes to what actually happened. At the time of the shooting, the clothing box was sitting right behind the folding screen. Which is why the bullet from the pistol hit the box and then the folding screen. Well, the folding screen then the box, but you know. It went through the scene and then into the box. Miss Meanie, you were hiding behind the folding screen, waiting for your chance. Yes, for your chance to kill Dr. Gray. Arr. You know, I had a theory it was her. Objection. Then, Mr. Phoenix, what about this picture, huh? You're saying that the person in this photo is Miss Eenie Meenie? That's exactly what I'm saying. Miss Eenie Meenie. You were hiding inside this clothing box all along. And you wore the medium's costume to masquerade as Maya Fey. To masquerade as Maya Fey? Ooh, girl, get fucking caught, bitch. She had it planned from the very beginning. She would have killed Dr. Gray and pinned the blame on my client. No, stop. I can't stand to listen to this anymore of this foolishness. If that's the case, Mr. Phoenix, right? Then I have a proposition. What is the whole idea that we have that the witness moved the clothing box to the scene of the crime? Pretend to be the defendant and kill the victim and then fled the scene of the crime? Exactly. It's not possible. Correct. It's not possible. It really is impossible for one person to do it all of those preparations, that is. I need to remind you, the foolish receive no mercy. What? Wait, Miss Von Karma, you said it was not possible for one person, correct? What? You can't be serious. Huh. Huh. Miss Mimi, you had an accomplice. Fucking Morgan. This person. If it wasn't someone from the Kirin village, you shouldn't have gotten that costume. And if it wasn't someone from the Fae household, you wouldn't have gotten to use that box. Morgan Fae. Isn't that the wonderful lady witness we had earlier? What do you have to say to this, Miss Meanie? Grr, grr. You shot Dr. Gray with your own 2 hands. Do you deny it? Oh. I think this is what really happened. The murderer had planted herself at the scene of the crime long beforehand. Dressed in a medium's costume and wearing a wig, she pretended to be the defendant. And then the channeling started. The murderer crept silently towards the other 2, both of them whom had their eyes closed. First, she had drugged Maya and had a strong sleeping agent. Then, she stabbed Dr. Gray with a knife. Next, she hid my client inside the clothing box. She did that so she could take Maya's place and frame her for the crime. But that's when something unexpected happened. Unexpected? Yes. Dr. Gray was actually not yet dead. With the last of his strength, he fired a shot at his attacker. This is what happened. This is why the hole in the folding screen was so low to the ground. The murderer then took the gun from Dr. Gray and... After that, you had the other lady thought to break through the room. Yes, a gunshot is certainly something you wouldn't have expected to hear. Which is why, upon hearing the shots, we forced our way into the channeling chamber. Miss Meanie, she immediately covered her own costume with blood and pretended to be Maya Fey. But that sort of description would not have been easy to pull through. Which is precisely why Miss Morgan Fay chased us out. Please leave this area to me. Go quickly and inform the police. The police. The police. Hurry before there are more victims here. Victims here. What is one supposed to say? This is the real truth behind the murder. Who was that laughing at a time like this? Ah! Oh, you simpleton fools. I'm sorry for you to still be... Oh my god, are you still, by chance, evolving? What is it at a time like this? Miss Von Karma, surely. Of course, it was me. Do you really think someone of the Von Karma blood would lose due to this something so petty? What in the world? Mr. Phoenix Wright, your argument is flawed in a very crucial way. And why is that? This witness is the real murderer. Okay, why would you go through all this trouble? Huh? Working together with a medium, pretending to be one, and putting on this whole act. The reason would she have to do with such foolish things? Oh, well, that's yeah, like, that's right. That's exactly what I was gonna say. Oh, and one more thing. Why would Miss Eeny Meeny want to kill Dr. Gray? Where is her motive? Dude, he caused her sister to be overworked to the point where she like administered 18 people to be killed with medicine, and then the whole business tanked, and so he blamed it on her and drugged her. Yeah, that's exactly what I wanted to say too. Yeah, motive. I don't have a motive. A motive. I can't say she has no motive here. I have to think of a motive now. What is the reason for her for wanting Dr. Gray dead? The reason you wanted Dr. Gray dead was because of this. It was because of your sister. Everything. Where's the newspaper clipping? Is this the... Yeah, the article of the car accident. Ha! It's just as I thought. You bore me, you silly, answered Phoenix Wright. Just great. Now she even is calling me by my full name. You think I did this to get revenge on my sister's death? Yes. Because through the accident, you suffered a lot of hurt and pained yourself. Don't be stupid. No one has proof that Dr. Gray drugged my sister, right? And you want to say I wanted to take revenge based on nothing? What do you mean by that? Senile, stupid Gramps. I'm like going to explain it, so like please listen, okay? It's been over a year since I discharged from the hospital, and if I like wanted revenge, then like why wouldn't I have waited this long? And like sides, like the guy that thought the spirit thing was like Dr. Gray. It was like a total coincidence. He had asked me about it, you know? She's going back to her airhead persona. How pathetic Mr. Phoenix Wright. You failed to support your own theory. The end. I think we have our answer, Mr. Phoenix Wright. Miss Meany has stated it was very true. The revenge plan is overly complicated, and she has no motive in the first place. I don't know. People have done a lot. I've waited for a lot more oh my god. People have waited for a long time for a lot less, or for the same reasons. It just is the right moment for someone to not suspect it. Furthermore, there is no reason for Mr. or Miss Morgan Fay to cooperate in this plan. Yes, there is. Her daughter. You don't even have any truly decisive pieces of evidence to demonstrate your point. Tisk, tisk, ticks. So many faults, Mr. Phoenix Wright. You should really learn your place. Ah! What happened? I thought I had her for sure. Hee hee. See, like, it's just as I told you. I hope you really like your slice of humble pie. Very well. I can conclude that the cross-examination of Miss Eeny Meeny. Oh. Your Honor, please allow the defense 1 more minute. All right. You can't lose here. You have faith in yourself, Phoenix. Mia, yes, it sounds ridiculously plan messed up for murder, but you think oh my gosh, regardless that but do you know regardless that a girl trained for this crime? Really? Listen, Phoenix, everything happens for a reason. There is a reason why she had to kill Dr. Gray. And it also is the reason she had no choice but to kill him in this fashion. This is up. Time is up, Mr. Wright. Your final answer, please. If you want to say that you can prove Miss Meany had a motive, then why did she kill the victim in this way? Can you provide the reason? Can I? Can I really do this? Yes, I can. I'm not totally confident here, but I know that I must press on the matter. That's right, Phoenix. Only you can do this now. I will show you and substitute the fact that Miss Meanie had a motive. Too late. You're too late. Your cross-examination has already ended after all. Eek. Interesting. I'll let you have your chance, Mr. Phoenix Wright. What? You're supposed to be on my side. Ah. Von Karma only cares about the perfect win. As long as you have the will to fight, I will knock you down, Mr. Phoenix Wright. And I don't care if you are my witness. So help me, I will throw you out of my way. No way. Very well. The court will take a 5-minute recess, and we will continue the cross-examination after we reconvene. Hey, wait a second here. To be continued. All right, we're on part 2. June 22nd. Oh, that's why I forgot to get water. June 22nd, 12:04 p.m. District Court Defendant Lobby number 3. Is it really true about my aunt? I'm afraid so, Maya. There's no way Eni could have killed Dr. Gray by herself. And under the circumstances, there's no one else other than your aunt, Morgan. That's terrible. Why would my aunt? Everything is going to be just as I predicted, Mr. Phoenix Wright. Oh my. Miss Von Karma. Why are you doing this? Why are you trying to take revenge on Nick? Nick had nothing to do with what happened to your dad. Don't you have something better to do than be worrying about? Say, your own situation? Looking down on me, even when we're the same age. Are you done yet? You've caused me enough pain and suffering. Not yet. My goal is to defeat you and let the whole world know of your defeat. Even if you do that, it won't bring your father back. Whatever. In the meantime, let's bring this match to a conclusion, and then we'll know who the real winner is. Ooh. The chair's all squeaky. All right, June 22nd, 12:10 p.m. District Court Room number 2. Court will now reconvene you, Mr. Phoenix. Yes, Your Honor. Can you prove Miss Eni Meanie had a motive? Yes, I believe I can. Eni Meanie and Dr. Gray only had one connection, and that was the car accident from a year ago. And then the motive I'm looking for must be there. Miss Meanie, please testify to the court about your car accident last year. I thought, you wanted to, ask about my, motive. I, don't see the point in, bringing up the past. Miss Meanie, if you please. Okay. I totally don't think it'll do any good, but... Witness testimony. What? Oh my gosh. Accident last year. It's last year in May. Something really bad happened to my sister, and then my sister's clinic around that time. And then the night of the accident, my sister was totally tired from driving. I was totally pooped too, so I fell asleep in the passenger seat. I woke up and cause of the jolt, and then it was a sea of flames around me. I opened the door and got away. I think I've heard enough of this accident. It was all the talk on the tabloid shows day after day last year. Yes, and there was talk about Dr. Gray drugging your sister. Ah, those were merely rumors, totally baseless gossip. Yes. You're Mr. Wright. You may question the witness. Right now, it's impossible to prove Dr. Gray did in fact drug Miss Meany's sister. Yeah, which means I'll have to work from another angle. That was like last year in May. Like something really bad had happened to like my sister at my sister's clinic around that time. And then the night of the accident, my sister was like totally tired when she was driving. And I was like totally pooped too. So I fell asleep in the passenger seat. May 24th, light last night, 2 women car accident. I'm just looking because I remember it said that she had fallen asleep, but also the fact that when we had talked to the quote unquote doctor, they had done facial reconstruction surgery on her because she was like completely burned. Late last night, 2 women car crash in the highway center divide of the woman was not able to escape. One of the women was not able to escape in the flaming wreckage and died on the site. Ongoing investigation was revealed the driver had fallen asleep at the wheel. Miss Meany holds an interview about the crash. I was like totally tired and I dropped off to sleep. Yep, which is right there. And then there was this crash. I woke up in a huge sea of flames. Yep. I was like still half asleep, but I opened the door and like got out and I don't remember anything else. Miss Meany is said to believe to be the one driving the car, and her sister Mimi Miney. If Eenie Meenie is to believe, then the one driving the car was her sister. Eenie Miney was the nurse at Gray Surgical Clinic with 14 patients. Yep, accidentally overdosed, and is this a mere coincidence? And I was like totally pooped and fell asleep at the driver's seat. And like the night of the accident, my sis was totally like tired when she was like driving. Let me press her. She was like totally tired. You mean exhausted? Like she had to talk to the police. Wait, like she had to talk to the police and was like being investigated like every day. It was like totally terrible situation. I wonder then what the car accident happened. Then if it's a wonder then the car accident happened. Let me press harder. So then why didn't you ask to switch places? Huh? Like, what are you talking about? I meant switch drivers. If your sister was so tired, then you should have switched with her. True. But like, I don't like have a driver's license. That is news to me. I was not aware you didn't have your license, Miss Meany. Actually, she does. We have the so-called doctor had her like her ID. Miss Meany, please amend your testimony. Like, okay, anyway. I was like totally pooped, so I like fell asleep in the driver's seat. On the night of the accident, my sister was totally driving when she was like tired. And then press harder again. Let me present to her. Like the night of the accident, she was like totally tired. And then, did I press harder? Oh, I did. Your sister, Meanie Miney, was exhausted. Yeah, because she has her driver's license. I was like totally pooped when I fell asleep at like the passengers. It's over here. Let me present. The witness's statement is clearly faulty, Your Honor. I'm sorry, but... Hold on. Damn it! Because we have her ID. Your sister, Meanie Miney, was that exhausted? Like, she had to talk to police every day. It was, like, a totally terrible situation. If you had your license, then you'd be able to drive your sister. Yeah, that was, like, too bad. Now then, witness, could you continue your testimony? I fell asleep. I woke up. Flames. I had, like, opened the door to get away. And, like, she didn't have a license, so I couldn't, like... I, like, didn't have my license. So, there it is. I, like, didn't have my license. So, like, I couldn't take over driving for her because I was dumb. Because I thought they would change it in the third statement over here. That's over here. Boom, ID. Objection! Miss Meanie, that was just like a lame lie right now. Like, what do you mean? I know you had a license back then. This photo you took for your express purpose of getting a driver's license. What is the meaning of this, Miss Meanie? That's, like, right. Yeah, I had, like, my license, but I didn't get it until, like, after the accident. That's a lie. No, you had it. You had it the whole time of the accident. Dr. Hottie, or the guy pretending to be him anyway, said so. What? Are you talking about that pervert fake clinic director? Yes, the pervert fake clinic director. No one cares. Witness, when did you receive your driver's license? Like, last November. What? November? The accident happened last May. That's half a year lapse in time, Miss Phoenix, right? What in the... That's what happened, Mr. Phoenix. At the time of the accident, Miss Meanie did not have a driver's license. Ugh. Nurse. Cry, and my whip will accommodate. Girl. Anyway, without a license, the witness and her sister could not have switched drivers. I'm, like, glad you get it. Yeah, well, yeah, she had to get a new license in November after she got out of the hospital. Duh. But the original license she had on her was the one of how they, like, how they got her, like, face situated. And, like, even if I had my license, I, like, don't even think my sister would have let me drive. That's fair. Don't just, you're just standing there to yourself. No, not you too, Mia, with the whip and the pain and the ow. Miss Meanie, why do you think you would have been allowed to drive anyway? That's because I think this situation calls for more detailed testimony, Miss Meanie, if you please. Like, how annoying. Like, sorry, didn't mean... Wouldn't be allowed. Like, around that time, I was, like, really close to getting my license, and my sister was, like, totally big fans of cars and wanted to value them. She really, like, had just gotten a really shiny bright red sports car, and she, like, would say things like, no way I'm letting a noob drive my car. Which is fair, because if you're an older sibling who just got a car and your younger sibling wants to drive, they're like, nah, you're SOL, basically. How do I know this? I was in the exact same situation, except my younger sister got her license before me, and I didn't know how to drive. So, like, that's why I ended up in the passenger seat that night, too. I need some water in me. A bright red sports car. Now then, the defense may question the witness. I'm not terribly knowledgeable about cars, but... Cross-examination, it wouldn't be allowed. I wouldn't be allowed. Like around that time, I was like really close to getting my license, and my sister was like totally a big fan of cars, like really much. Let me press her on this one. So what do you mean by like really close? Like I had one of those permit things. She had a she had a permit and not an actual license. So she was still in the middle of like driving, but like no, she needed to be. So for those who don't know about like driving licenses and permits, basically if you have a permit, you're still able to drive, but you need to be with a licensed driver before you get your actual license. So it's like in between after you take the written test. It's been a while since I've done this, but it's the written test, you get your permit, and then you do the driving test, and then you get your actual driving license. I think that's what they're called. A permit. Wow, a big name lawyer boy who doesn't even know what a driving permit is. Well, this lawyer had never had a permit. Ah! Ignorance is to be whipped. What is that? All she said was the last few minutes is utter nonsense. So like, may I continue? My sister had like was like a totally big fan of cars and like really valued them. Let me actually go back over here. She really valued cars. How much would you say she valued her car? Well, like she had flipped out like if a drop of rain, and like she would notice if someone had touched the car door with dirty hands. In that case, why bother taking the car out of the garage even ever? Press farther. Why did she take such special care of that car? It might have been her first car, honestly. Her first one she's ever owned. Because that's what happened to me with my first ever car. I had a pre-owned car, and I like took care of the shit out of that. But sadly, an accident happens, and I'm with a new car now. How can you like say that? It was a brand spanking new car. New car. Like, she wouldn't want to, like, get it dirty. Would you, Mr. Lawyer? I would think that cars are just dirty or getting dirty if it's just another fact of life. But I guess people who really love cars think otherwise, which is true. If you take really good care of your car, you get it detailed and all other stuff like that. Like, I know mine, I take care of my car. But I also need to, like, if you clean your car out religiously, then yeah. Now, I know not a lot of people take care of their cars. Like, I'll admit, I'll kind of be one of them people. But, like, you know, if you really take care of your car, you put a lot of effort into it, a lot of love into it, which goes into other things that, like your computer setup. If you really love it, you'll put a lot of detail in it, you'll take care of it and stuff, you'll dust it off and do all the maintenance on it. Phoenix, try asking something more significance. Well, Miss Meanie, what kind of car was it? It was like, she had gotten a really bright, shiny sports car. It was a new car. Like, she had, like, gotten it, and it was, like, from the UK. The UK. Were those her boyfriend's initials? No, the United Kingdom. And it was, like, really a special model. She had waited for a whole year for it to arrive. I guess she really loved cars and would be the obvious topic next. Let me press harder. I really don't know anything about cars, but I had a feeling this was bound to come up. Your Honor, yes. Please have the witness amend what she had just said to her testimony. You mean the part about it being a special import car? Yes. Well, if you like cars that much, then that's not my point. Though, to be honest, I don't know what the point is either. Miss Meanie, could you fix your testimony? Sure, whatever. My sister's new sports car was like a totally special model from England. And then let me go. She would like say things like, no way I'm not letting a noob drive my car. Was your sister good at driving? She was like totally awesome. She said she was like, she wanted to be like a racing queen of the nursing world. Somehow, I think she bumped the question off topic again. And the last one. Oh, fuck. Let me go to the last one. So I ended up in the passenger seat that night. Okay. So let me press her. And what was, oh my gosh. And that was when the accident occurred, correct? Man, I love when my freaking words mix up. Like, yeah, I totally immediately reached for the passenger side door and like fled like in a daze. Sounds like you had a terrifying time. There is something very important here. It's going to be hard to break apart such a neutral sounding testimony. We have to track it. Okay, so it has to do with her paper, with the news clipping paper I had read earlier. So I'm gonna present it on this one right here, where she had a new sports model car. Let me present the paper, and then we're gonna read it again. We're double checking. May 24th, late last night, two women's car crashed into a highway center divide. One of the women was not able to escape the flaming wreckage and died at the site. Ongoing investigation revealed that the driver had fallen asleep at the wheel. I was like totally tired, I dropped off to sleep, and there was a crash and I woke up in a huge sea of flames. I was like still half asleep, but I opened the right door and like got out. Ooh, you know, oh yeah. That good thing I went back to reread this, because like in the UK, if you're a passenger, you exit it on the left-hand side, but if you're in America and stuff like that, or like I guess any other cars that do the same thing on our side, you exited the right if you're a passenger. This is an English car from the UK, it's a special import, so you would exit out on the left-hand side. Let me present this. Objection! Miss Mimi, do you remember this article? It's an article about the accident. You had said in this, but I had opened the right door and like got out. You were driving. That's correct, isn't it? Like, why are you subtly asking me about that? Your Honor, which side is the passenger side or passenger seat, left or right? Well, if it's on the right side, of course, then the driver is on the left. Well, that would be if it were an American car, but it's the opposite because it's a British car. Opposite? The two of them are riding in a British car. That's what I was saying earlier. Oh, girl, we are getting into it. In that case, the passenger side would be on the left-hand side. Ah! What do you mean by this? Miss Mimi, you said that you had escaped the right side door. But if you were sitting there, then that means you were to actually exit out on the driver's seat. Was she also drugged as well? Order in the court, order. Ah, Mr. Phoenix Wright is blabbering nonsense again. Eni said that the person who was driving was her older sister, Mimi Miney. What? That is what Eni said, yes, but that is where her story falls apart. Somewhere all of us made a big error in our assumptions. Phoenix. It looks like you finally found the real root of this murder. If we connect the dots, then there can only be one answer. I'd like to ask the court a question. Eni or Mimi, who was really driving that night? Ooh. Dang. Mimi was driving. Like oh, dude, oh my God, I just had a revelation. So literally it has to be Mimi. Mimi was, as I said it earlier when I was streaming this, like the last episode, it would be crazy. I probably said it, but I was also thinking it. It would be crazy if like Eni had actually died in the wreckage and Mimi was the one to survive. However, the reason why she was able to survive is because she had a permit. The permit picture is how they were able to reconstruct Mimi's face to look like her sister. She looks like her dead sister. Oh my God, dude. That is absolutely fucking insane. Because, oh. Woo! The answer has to be the one who had the driver's license, Mimi. And after all, that makes her the only person who could legally drive. But you said the witness, Miss Eni, was on the driver's side, which leads us to the next question. Next question? Who is the person standing at the witness stand now? Ah. What sort of idiotic ruse is this, Mr. Phoenix Wright? The witness's name is... I'll tell you what her real name is. The witness's real name is... Mimi. Mimi Miney. That is your real name. Bro. All this foolish dribble. Then, why do you explain her appearance? This witness had several severe facial burns when she was admitted to the hospital. So for the purpose of the facial reconstruction surgery, the surgeons had used a picture, which was the permit. Facial reconstruction surgery? This is the picture she had gave the doctors at the time. That's right. It's a picture of her younger sister. No. But Mimi Miney, she had died in the car accident. That's what everyone thought. However, that was not the case. Then the body they found at the car site, that was the body of the real Eni Miney. Isn't that right, Mimi Miney? Dude. That car accident, the 1 year ago, the one who died at that night was Eni Miney. Her younger sister, Mimi, then stole her face and reborn as Eni, which means she effectively erased Mimi Miney from existence. I could not imagine the parents' reaction to this. I could not imagine. Your Honor, I'm sure you can now see why Mimi had to kill Dr. Gray. What do you mean? Oh, what is the meaning of this nonsense? Dr. Gray wanted to call back to the spirit of the dead person. Specifically, the spirit of the nurse who had died in the crash, Mimi Miney. However, that would have been impossible because Mimi Miney was in fact alive. And the fact that she had been discovered and channeling had been conducted. So the witness had to stop that from happening at all costs. And that's why she had to kill Dr. Turner Gray. Is that what you're saying? Yes. Before the channeling, Dr. Gray had the misfortune of consulting the witness and communicating with the dead. And in that moment, his fate was sealed. Well, Miss Eni, I mean Miss Von Karma. Ah, why did you say my name just now? Looks like I've been unmasked. Witness? That's right. I admit my real name is Mimi Miney. The quack doctor, he got what he deserved in the end. And I was so close to finally ditching Mimi too. So close. But why? Why would you go as far as to throw away yourself? To become your own sister? I think I understand why. Mimi Miney wanted her old self to disappear because of this. Because of everything that was happening. This is the first one. Because she was connected to the surgical clinic. That's the reason why. 14 people had died because of the surgical clinic. It was, I guess, ironic and poetic in a way, but also so sad. That's about the malpractice incident. Dr. Gray was right. The mistake was caused by a nurse by the name of Mimi Miney. That's right, the person standing before us today. A few weeks before this mishap, Meanie Miney had a car accident in which she had lost her younger sister. The timing couldn't have been worse. 14 people dying in the incident, and her own sister's life extinguished. It was all too much to bear. Honestly, I could see her doing that. I could see someone doing that. If I found a way for myself to escape it all, the only way. She lost everything in the flames of that accident, her sister, and even her own face, and this was all her last chance. Her chance to throw away her past and start a new life as her sister. Unbelievable. A plan beyond my wildest imagination. That jerk. If only he hadn't thought about channeling Mumbo Jumbo. Mumbo Jumbo? Becoming Eni has become the most horrible experience in the world. Spiritual channeling, the occult, I hate it. I hate it all. I believe that there were still a few unsolved riddles here, such as, why did Miss Meanie choose to go with such a complicated plan? And why did Miss Morgan Fay agree to help her execute it? Regardless, I believe one thing has been made crystal clear. The innocence of the defendant Maya Fey. That this is preposterous. I'm perfect. Me, Francesca von Karma. I'm going to enjoy the news tonight, Miss Von Karma. How about you? I'm going to be broadcasted all over the world, right? Your defendant, that is. Or your defeat, that is. Oh my god. Oh my god. Dude. Bro! He should... Oh my god, she fucking got us too! Oh my god, knocked his ass out. Mr. Phoenix, hang in there! Phoenix! This court is a fraud. A sham. But fair. Honestly, a valid crash out. And then, it looks like it will be some time before Mr. Wright regains consciousness. So I will go ahead and pronounce the verdict. Not guilty. That is all. This court is adjourned. Oh no. Getting some water. June 22nd, 3:13 p.m. District Court, Defendant Lobby number 3. Congratulations, Maya. Sis? Oh. It's good to see you again, Maya. How are you doing? Sis! I didn't kill anyone, did I? No, you hadn't. It was all a dream. A really bad dream. You know, sis. In my dream, I smelled a really familiar scent. A familiar scent? I was inside that clothing box, right? That box. That was the box you used to store your clothes in a long time ago. That's right. Oh. I guess in a sense, it's like he got to... There's still one thing I don't quite get. What's that? What would have happened if Mimi hadn't shot Dr. Gray? I mean, we broke in because we heard a gunshot. I think Mimi Miney had planned to open the door to chamber herself. And then you and Lotta would have witnessed quite a scene. A possessed Maya Fey who had committed a murder. She had it planned down to the smallest detail, huh? Nick! Congrats, Maya. Thanks. Looks like you bailed me out another jam. Well, you know, but I really don't want something like this to happen ever again. I'm fine because I have you to help me out, Nick. But Every time something happens, I lose someone special to me. First my sister, now my aunt. Yeah, her aunt. Hey, Nick, tell me. Tell me why my aunt did something like this, so horrible. Why would she help Mimi Miney with a plan like that? I just don't understand it, Nick. Maya, it's over. Why don't we just let it be? Nick, please, I need an answer. The reason Morgan helped Mimi with her plan was... Well, it was because of, like... It was because her daughter. Because of Pearly. What? It's because of Pearly. I don't get it. Yeah, me neither. Hold on. Like, this whole thing, now it's over. Oh, man, I couldn't even get it. Hold on. I couldn't even press on her. I'm so mad. Ugh, absolutely mad. I don't know what the answer to this one. I'm just as confused as the situation as she so why the thinks. Date and time, unknown. Detention center, solitary confinement, cell 13. My precious Pearl, you are the only one suitable to be the master of Kirin, dear child. I sacrifice it all for you. I helped that brainless nurse carry out her murder, cooperated with that whip-happy prosecutor. It was all to unseat that annoying, witless Maine family girl, that Maya Fey. But I shall be patient, my dearest Pearl. A chance will present itself. Your time will come. Episode 2, Reunion and Turnabout. The end.